In today's show, Pantera Capital says Bitcoin's in the early stages of a large bull market fueled by a powerful macro tide, and here's how high the Bitcoin price could go during this cycle. According to Dan Morehead, the CEO, he placed his Bitcoin price target at $115,000, which he thinks will likely happen by next summer. I'll be breaking down this bullish price prediction for you right here on today's show. Also, in today's episode, Nasdaq listed Microstrategy raises its Bitcoin holdings to 425 million after another major second purchase. Check this out. On September 14th, Microstrategy completed its acquisition of 16,796 additional Bitcoin at an aggregate purchase price of 175 million. To date, we have purchased a total of 38,250 Bitcoins at an aggregate purchase price of $425 million, inclusive of fees and expenses. And now the race is on. According to Barry Silbert of Grayscale, apparently there is some kind of Bitcoin buying race between Microstrategy and Grayscale. Game on. And now that the race is on, the million-dollar question, will other major companies follow suit now that MicroStrategy stock has surged a whopping 9% after this major Bitcoin acquisition? Check this out. MicroStrategy is adopting a Bitcoin standard. Other companies will follow. Finally, central banks will follow Switzerland, likely to be the first, a new gold standard for the digital age. A neutral store of value will create more check and balances for governments. Touche. I'll be breaking all this down for you in today's show. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. We can see Bitcoin back in the green, making its way to $11,000. Most of the altcoins are in the red. Many alts are bleeding against Bitcoin currently, but where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day, so be sure to smash that subscribe button, that's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And before I kick off today's show, if interested in tapping into OPM and leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, smash the link right below this video in the description. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. Let's kick it off by diving into today's top story of the day. Pantera Capital CEO says Bitcoin's in the early stages of a large bull market fueled by a powerful macro tide, and here's how high the Bitcoin price could go this cycle. Executives at the crypto-focused venture firm Pantera Capital think future inflation will drive up the prices of Bitcoin and other crypto assets. I agree 100%. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And a new market report, Dan Morehead, Pantera CEO and co-chief investment officer, and Joey Krug, the firm's other co-chief investment officer, highlighted the Fed's new policy of allowing inflation to support the labor market, which they say is going to kick off a new bull run. They go on the record to share assets such as gold will not have been impaired by the pandemic, or as I like to refer to it as the plandemic, are rising even faster. Gold is at a 5,000-year high, or said another way, paper money is at an all-time low. Exactly. However, the best performing assets are the ones which have both fixed supply and improved usage fundamentals, like cryptocurrency. Crypto has outperformed most all other asset classes this year, and that is a fact, my friend. We strongly believe we're in the early stages of a large bull market fueled by both a powerful global macro tide and growing fundamentals in the underlying technology. Morehead has placed his Bitcoin price target at $115,000. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Dan Morehead that the height of this bull cycle will bring the Bitcoin price above a 6-digit valuation, which he thinks will likely happen by next summer. Despite their confidence, however, they still warn that Bitcoin is volatile and risky and remains a massive hype cycle roller coaster. If you're enjoying this roller coaster ride, let me know in the comments below. I know I am. In terms of their own investments, Pantera recently sunk money into YFI and Terra, better known as Luna. According to the executives, YFI is the 2-month-old governance token for the decentralized finance DeFi protocol Yearn.finance. The asset has been largely immune to the September slump that plagued other cryptos and is currently trading at almost 40 $30,000 at this time. That's right. When it launched just a couple of months ago or less, it was trading at $30 and it soared, surpassing Bitcoin, more than doubling its all-time high. But what I love about this, it blazed the path and shows us what's possible for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin to be next. Terra is a network of stablecoins pegged to some of the world's major currencies. Luna, Terra's native staking asset, can be traded or staked to earn rewards in the network generated from transaction fees, and it's trading at around 32 cents at this time. If you're bullish on Luna or YFI, or of course the king of all crypto, holla at your boy and drop me a comment right down below. And before I break down this next breaking news story, Nasdaq listed Microstrategy, which FYI, that's a publicly traded company, so this is a pretty big deal, raises its Bitcoin holdings to $425 million after its second purchase. But first, let's take a look at the overall crypto market. We can see Bitcoin hovering just above 10,900, up 0.38% for the day. Ethereum is down 2.4%, trading at $367. We have XRP down 1.8%, trading just above 24 cents. And Chainlink down a whopping 7%, now trading just above $11. And now checking out some of the top exchange volume, we can see Binance barely in the green, up 0.1% with 8.3 billion in volume. Kraken up a whopping 34% with 3.2 billion in volume, and OKEX up 6% with 1.7 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. All right, and now let's break down our next story of the day. Nasdaq listed Microstrategy raises its Bitcoin holdings to a whopping $425 million after its second acquisition. Check it out right here. On September 14, 2020, Microstrategy completed its acquisition of 16,796 additional Bitcoin at an aggregate purchase price of $175 million. To date, we have purchased a total of 38,250 Bitcoins at an aggregate purchase price of $425 million, inclusive of fees and expenses. This follows an update the company provided the SEC about its Bitcoin investment plan. In the filing dated September 11th, the Nasdaq-listed company revealed that its board of directors has adopted a new Treasury reserve policy that updated the company's treasury management and capital allocation strategies. That's right. Under this new policy, the company's treasury reserve will consist of two types of assets. The first type comprises of cash and cash equivalents and short-term investments held by the company that exceeded working capital needs. And the second type consists of Bitcoin held by the company, with Bitcoin serving as the primary treasury reserve asset on an ongoing basis, subject to market conditions and anticipated needs of the business for cash assets, including future potential share repurchase activity. MicroStrategy clarified, as a result of this new policy, the company's holdings of Bitcoin may increase beyond the $250 million investment. There you have it. Now here's where it gets very interesting. Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy CEO, has not always been pro-Bitcoin. He tweeted back in 2013 the following. Check this out. Bitcoin days are numbered. It seems like just a matter of time before it suffers the same fate as online gambling. This is posted December 18th, 2013. Crazy, right? MicroStrategy, which describes itself as the largest independent publicly traded business intelligence company, announced its new capital allocation strategy in an earnings call on July 28th, indicating it would buy Bitcoin. The company followed up with an announcement on August 11th, and it had purchased 21,454 Bitcoins at an aggregate purchase price of $250 million, inclusive of fees and expenses. The crypto community views the two purchases by MicroStrategy as very bullish. You can say that again, right? Now, apparently there is some kind of Bitcoin buying race going on between MicroStrategy and Grayscale, as you can see from this tweet from Barry Silbert, who wrote, "Game on." And before I break down our next story of the day, will other companies follow suit now that MicroStrategy stock surged 9% after this major acquisition? Let's first take a look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting at $346 billion, with $114 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and current Bitcoin dominance is back on the rise at 57.9%. Now, taking a look at the top gainers within the top 100, we have Hyperon up 18%, trading at 41 cents. ABBC coin up 12%, trading at 21 cents. Digibyte, Go Digi, up about 12%, trading at 2.4 cents. We have Terra up 10%, trading at 34 cents. Cybervein up 4%, trading at 11.5 cents. And Ontology up 3%, trading at 84 cents. And now let's take a look at the biggest losers within the top 100. We have NXM down 25%, trading at 50 bucks. Sushi Swap down a whopping 23%, 20%, now trading at just $1.67. We have Aragon down about 20%, trading at $4.35. Loop Ring down 18%, trading just below 23 cents. UMA down 13%, trading at 15 bucks, and Arweave down 13%, trading at $3.68. And now taking a look at the BitMEX margins, we can see the bears are back in control, leading with 19 million in superiority in the last 24 hours, with shorts leading 50.7% versus 49.3% longs. Are you currently bullish or bearish on the king of all crypto? Holla at your boy. And now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 43 in fear. Yesterday was a 47 neutral. Last week a 38 in fear. And last month an 83 in extreme greed. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity, aka BTFD, such as Microstrategy purchasing the dip. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. All right, and before I break down our final story of the day and we discuss will other major companies follow suit now that Microstrategy laid out their brilliant chess moves with acquiring all this Bitcoin and their stocks soaring 9% after this major acquisition. First, I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 530 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. I also have some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Not only is this updated every single day, it also allows you to download the latest episode of the show in MP3 format so you can listen to it when you're out and about, when you're working out in the car, on your way to work, or just doing your thing. Also, be sure to smash that subscribe button right below this video, or if you're listening or tuning in from a different platform, make sure to visit the direct YouTube link, which is cryptonewsalerts.net. You can also find us on all the major podcasting platforms, from Apple's iTunes to Spotify, home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Google Play and Stitcher Radio. You can also follow us on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is Crypto News Yes. Also, for those of you active on Facebook as I am, I do have a private crypto Facebook group. To join it, simply click this link. And for those of you who would like to plug into my private crypto Telegram chat, to do so, simply click this link. You'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. All right, now let's break down our final story of the day, shall we? Microstrategy is continuing to purchase hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. They now control almost 0.2% of the overall Bitcoin supply. Things that make you go, resulting in its company stock price to gain over 9% on September 16th. Not too shabby. Check it out. Microstrategy stock recovers to pre-COVID levels after buying Bitcoin. Microstrategy first announced the firm is purchasing Bitcoin on August 11th, after which its stock prices surged by over 10%. Now Microstrategy price has once again risen in a similar fashion after confirming yesterday that it doubled down on adopting a Bitcoin standard, buying over 38,000 Bitcoin worth $425 million. And again, if we dollar cost average, that's a price of $11,111.11 per Bitcoin, which is definitely a great omen. The CEO, Michael Taylor, just told CoinDesk, we just had an awful realization that we're sitting on top of a $500 million ice cube that's melting. Pretty great analogy. I want to repeat that. We just had an awful realization that we're sitting on top of a $500 million ice cube that's melting. How many of you would like some of that melting ice cube, aka Satoshis, stacking sats? Let me know right down below. This is not speculation, nor is it a hedge. This was a deliberate corporate strategy to adopt a Bitcoin standard. So there you have it. I have to repeat this because it's so good. This is not speculation, nor is it a hedge. This was a deliberate corporate strategy to adopt a Bitcoin standard. Will other companies follow now? That's the million-dollar question. I think this was a brilliant chess move, a great sign of intelligence with the CEO, Michael Saylor, data veteran and pseudo-anonymous software engineer, said other companies will follow Microstrategy. Checking out his tweet right here. Check it out. Microstrategy is adopting a Bitcoin standard. Other companies will follow. Finally, central banks will follow. Switzerland, likely to be the first. A new gold standard for the digital age. A neutral store value will create more check and balances for governments. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments right down below. And checking out some of the responses, any specific reason why you think that Switzerland would be the first country? And he responded, Switzerland is very Bitcoin friendly. Switzerland is also gold friendly. Its central bank is also buying assets from all over the world, including foreign stock. So there you have it. Now, on the other side of that coin, what are the actual risks of Microstrategy's Bitcoin accumulation strategy? Let's discuss it. According to Joe Weisenthal, the host of What'd You Miss on Bloomberg, the revenue of Microstrategy steadily declined since 2013, as we can see right here in this graph. The company needed new ways to vamp up, and gaining exposure to Bitcoin and making Bitcoin its primary treasury asset is quickly becoming one of its major strategies. Typically, safe haven assets like gold and real estate are perceived as a hedge against inflation. They are like insurance rather than investment, providing balance to the portfolio. Bitcoin, on the other hand, has the potential to achieve both. It could act as a hedge against inflation and potentially outperform many asset classes over time. As we both know, Bitcoin is the fastest horse in the race, quoting Paul Tudor Jones. Now, Barry Silbert, the CEO of Grayscale, said the purchase might become the worst or the smartest CEO decision of all time. There's an enormous amount of risk Microstrategy has taken to secure such a large holding of Bitcoin, but if Bitcoin explosively grows over the long term, it could be a significant catalyst for the stock, Silbert said. And taking a look at his tweet, this will go down in history as one of the smartest or worst CEO decisions of all time. Case studies and books will be written about it. Either way, it took enormous guts for a public company CEO, and I commend him for the courage. Touche. Now, one problematic sentiment around MicroStrategy stock is that some celebrate it as a loophole for an exchange-traded fund, better known as an ETF. While the company has a large exposure to Bitcoin, Compound Finance's general counsel Jake Chervinsky said such a loophole is non-existent. He also noted that if the firm continues to buy more Bitcoin, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, could begin inquiring about it. He said, check it out. No, there isn't a loophole in the federal securities law allowing a publicly traded company to convert itself into a Bitcoin ETF without SEC approval. The more Bitcoin MicroStrategy buys, the more likely the SEC is to start asking questions that Nasdaq doesn't want to answer. All right, and now for a quick recap of what I covered right here in today's show. According to the Pantera Capital CEO, Bitcoin's in the early stages of a large bull market fueled by a powerful macro tide, and here's how high the Bitcoin price could go during this cycle. According to Dan Morehead, he placed his Bitcoin price target at 115,000, which he thinks will likely happen by next summer. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments right down below. Also, breaking news, Nasdaq listed Microstrategy raises Bitcoin holdings to a whopping $425 million after its second acquisition. And what makes this also very interesting is back on December 18, 2013, the CEO, Michael Saylor, wrote, Bitcoin days are numbered. It seems like just a matter of time before it suffers the same fate as online gambling. Now, obviously, he's had a change of heart since then, now that his company controls approximately 0.2% of the overall Bitcoin supply. And according to the Grayscale CEO, apparently there's some kind of Bitcoin buying race between MicroStrategy and Grayscale. Game on. Let me know who you think will win. Let's gamify this, shall we? And now we know that other companies will likely follow now that MicroStrategy stock soared 9% after this major Bitcoin acquisition. Also, let me know where you think the Bitcoin price is likely heading next. Drop me a comment right down below. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And real quick before I go, if interested in tapping into OPM and leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, go ahead and smash that link right below the video in the description and register for this free system. And I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.